Alright guys, what's going on? It's Vince. Again, I go by Veruxium. We're doing our second ramble. The Jagex just announced the Bounty Hunter changes, collection log updates, and emote improvements on today, January 29th, 2025. So, we're going to start off with the Bounty Hunter changes. Albeit I'm not a big PvPer or Bounty Hunter guy, but I'll read it out, give some general thoughts, and we can get into the fun stuff afterwards. Also, they snuck in a little bit about the chromium ingots, so I'll touch on that at the very end, but until then, let's go on with the Bounty Hunter changes. Towards the end of 2024, we shared with you some improvements we'd like to make to Bounty Hunter, and today those changes go live. The aim is to address some common issues with build variety and balance, make some of the lesser used rewards more worthwhile, and support different approaches to honor PvP. Conveniently, Bounty Hunter is confined entirely to Daemon's Crater on specific worlds, which lets us tinker with all kinds of options that would usually affect the rest of the game. While we've shared all this info before, we'll save you trawling back through the archives and bring you up to speed on everything that's changing today, starting with changes to Bounty Hunter exclusive gear. So this is the weapon and armor adjustments. Remember, these changes pertain only to items that are obtained from and used within Bounty Hunter. Nothing you see in this list has any impact on the wider game, so don't start running the numbers on whether or not the Dragon Longsword Bounty Hunter is worth using at the Wardens. It's not. So that's good. None of this goes in the main game, it's all just Bounty Hunter changes. Ordinarily, we'd use stats images for all of these, but there are far too many for us to go over, so we'll save you some mobile data. We know you're reading this at work. I'm not, but that's okay. And pop it into a handy list for you all. So they're changing the Dark Bow, the Barrel Chest Anchor, Dragon Mace, Dragon Longsword, Morgan's Throwing Axe, Morgan's Javelin, Stadius's Warhammer, Vesta's Spear, Zuriel's Staff, and Morgan's Armor. So I'll leave them up on the screen. Feel free to pause or visit the main site for all of the changes, but plenty of changes in here. Also changing Vesta's armor, the Corrupted Stadius armor, Zuriel's armor and Corrupted Zuriel's armor, Zuriel's hood, Zuriel's robe top, Zuriel's robe bottom, and the Corrupted Zuriel's robe bottom. These new stats should address imbalances between builds and add a bit more appeal to some historically overlooked unlocks. Let the meta shakeups begin. In one moment. First, we want to highlight some further changes to the charge cost of some of the Bounty Hunter items, which should better reflect their strength and popularity. While risking 50 million GP for a Vesta's Longsword feels fair, risking the same amount for Stadius's Warhammer just means that most people don't bother bringing their Warhammer out. Here are the new charge costs of 5 different weapons. And you have the Vesta's Spear at 5 million, Stadius's Warhammer at 10 million, Morgan's Throwing Axe at 5 million, Morgan's Javelin at 10 million, Zuriel's Staff at 5 million. If you've already paid to charge some of these, we've added a messaging game to let you know that you're all the 1 millionth visitor to Daemon's Crater and are eligible for a refund, which you can obtain by chatting to the emblem trader inside the lobby. Don't spend it all at once. So that's a nice little joke in there as well. Systems and other changes. New sets aside, we also made some changes to the underlying systems in Bounty Hunter to make this minigame a bit more enjoyable for everyone. Up first, it's time to hang up those Phoenix necklaces. The trusty Phoenix necklace is fantastic to help stave off death in multi-combat PvP, but can lead to some anti-fun play patterns in the 1v1 honor PvP that occurs inside Bounty Hunter. Used correctly, they're able to make players, in lower brackets especially, effectively immortal. We believe fights would be more enjoyable without them, so we're throwing them out. Next up, we're doubling the rate at which players gain EP in the crater when they have a target and a minimum risk of 50,000 GP. This won't drastically increase your reward output, and we have higher confidence in our anti-griefing systems. Remember though, we have zero tolerance for boosting in Bounty Hunter. We also felt that Daemon's Crater could use a splash of color, so we're bringing back the iconic Bounty Hunter skulls. These let you easily determine another player's risk GP, and let you see whether or not a cheeky target might have sneakily pulled out a new special attack weapon at the bank, or dumped a bunch of their risk GP on the sly. We're also disabling trading inside the crater to prevent players swapping risk to another account before starting a fight. Here's how it works. And they have the breakdown for the bronze, silver, green, blue, and red skull. If you're risking more than 8 million GP, you'll have a red skull. Rounding us off is perhaps the most significant of all these changes, supply crates. Not to be confused with bounty crates. Supply crates are something you'll be able to put together in the lobby by stuffing 8 blighted manta rays or anglerfish, 1 blighted super restorer, 2 blighted chromium, and 1000 GP into a crate. You can use noted items to make a bunch of crates, but you'll only be able to bring 2 into the crater with you. You'll be able to open these helpful care packages while in combat inside the crater to extend fights. The aim here is to give prospective bounty hunters a better shot at killing their opponents and have more opportunities to do so before needing to bank. The nature of bounty hunters honor PvP means you're looking for that perfect window of opportunity. A flawlessly timed vengeance, an opponent caught drinking a potion, a lightning fast combo, you get the picture. If you're fighting a build that has higher DPS, for example a pure versus a Zerker, then you'll often find yourself eating the entire time and leaving before getting the chance to at least try and kill your opponent, which isn't much fun for either of you. Supply crates mean you'll spend less time returning to the lobby and more time actually fighting. Combined with the EP changes above, we reckon this will improve the bounty hunter experience and considerably reduce downtime. We'll be keeping an eye out on your feedback about these changes, but for now, just go enjoy them. So it seems like they're putting a lot more care into bounty hunter. Again, I don't do much PvP, but between all the stat changes, some of the system and other changes, the skulls here, it looks like it's just going to be better quality of life in general. But again, I don't do very much PvP at all, except some last man standing here and there, especially for like bingos and whatnot. So if you're a PvPer and want to add a comment in the comment section below, feel free to do so, but I don't have too much other than it's good that they're putting some work in to effectively just make it better and better quality of life for those that do choose to PvP. Next, we're going to go to the collection log updates. This has been something a lot of people have been excited about. I know it's pretty cool. It came from a game jam. You might recall that back in May, we introduced some absolutely cloggers updates aimed at making your collection log journey smoother, more satisfying, and more fun to track. Well, good news, we've just added a fresh batch of updates, so let's dive right in and take a closer look at what's been added. A fresh new look. Let's kick things off with the revamped collection log overview. We've given the interface a complete makeover to make tracking your progress smoother and more enjoyable. Everything is now neatly organized into a single streamlined summary. So this image of the collection log overview looks really good. It has the different categories of bosses, raids, clues, minigames, and other, which looks really nice with the progress bars. Has some of the latest collections, and even has the collection books with the progress to each one. This fresh layout will make it a breeze to navigate your log so you can stay focused on the important stuff, collecting. With all your progress in one place, you can effortlessly track your achievements and see how close you are to snagging those elusive items. So again, that's pretty cool. It looks really good. And for people that want to green log something, for example, bosses or raids, it'll look really nice to have that green logged on the overview. The ranking system. We know hunting down those collection logs can be a grind. To help you stay on track, we've added a ranking system based on how many collections you've logged. Here's what you're working towards. The bronze rank looks like it's 100, the iron at 300, steel rank is 500, black rank 700, mithril rank 900, adamant rank for 1000, rune rank for 1100, dragon rank for 1200, and the gilded rank seems that it's a percent based for 90% of the total log slots, rounded down to the nearest 25, which is currently around 1400. So again, this is pretty cool. It's pretty steep, to be honest. It goes from 100 all the way up to 300, all the way up to 500, 700, etc. So it looks like it jumps by about 200, well, by exactly 200 each time, until you get to 900, where it goes to 900, 1000, 1100, 1200, and then just the 90%. I haven't seen the gilded rank staff that you get, but the dragon one looks really, really good, so I can imagine the gilded one is probably just as good, if not better. This is pretty cool, though, that it's a static amount. It actually pushes for further updates into the game, instead of it being a percentile based where you can lose the updates or the stats that you get. For example, if you needed 50% of the collection logs to, let's say, have mithril rank, and a new update is going to push you under 50%, you're going to be a little bit more inclined to vote no to the update, because you want to keep your ranking on the collection log, versus now it just goes for more updates. It just pushes for people to vote yes for more updates, because the more items to go for, the more log slots there are, and the easier it is to get each of these ranks. So really like how this is kind of laid out, and I think the gilded rank, which is percent based but only at the final rank instead of the whole log, is really cool as well. Additionally, along the bottom of your interface, you can now see the 12 most recent items added to your log, perfect for keeping track of your freshest loot at a glance. To truly make the experience your own, the new interface is also resizable and movable, plus it stays open during other in-game activities, so you can track your progress seamlessly while skilling, fighting bosses, or engaging in other activities. Yeah, I don't know a single person that would keep that open during boss fighting, but that's besides the point. Also, I guess this is the gilded rank one. It's not bad. It basically looks like the dragon one, but yellow, which I guess is fine. It definitely stands out, but I think it needs maybe, well, I guess it's fine. It looks like other gilded, where it's just kind of yellow, but it's literally just the dragon rank one with yellow. It's yellow dragon. I think honestly what would have been cool is if it was still red, but like had gold trim, like the gold trim dragon. But this isn't bad either. I'm fine with that. You can still tell that it's gilded, so you're not going to see a lot of people with this one or the dragon one. I saw someone with dragon today, but you're not going to see it too often. And if you do, you're going to know that they have a lot of log slots, which is pretty cool. So this section is cosmetic rewards. When you hit certain milestones in your collection log, head over to the collector in the Varrock Museum to claim the Staff of Collection. Reach new ranks and you'll earn a staff that matches the tier you've unlocked. The best part, you can right click your staff to create an equipable corresponding book. Show off your collection log achievements in style. So that's pretty cool too. You can equip the book next to it. Or if you want just the book with like a let's say like a third age longsword or some sort of weapon, you can do that as well, which is pretty cool. Next we have an Iron Man update, and it's historical clogs for Iron Man. No, we're not introducing charming wooden shoes to the game, but for Iron Man players this is just as good. You can now add historically gained items to your collection log. We understand how frustrating it's been that the collection log didn't track items earned before its introduction in December 2018, especially for those who have already completed the grind and don't want to start over. But worry no more. If you've obtained these items as an Iron Man, you can now retroactively fill in those slots by simply using the items on your collection logbook. So how does it work? This feature applies to a specific list of whitelisted tradable items that were part of the log when it launched. Alternative or upgraded versions of certain items, the Zarate crossbow instead of the Armadillo crossbow used to craft it, can also be added. Simply use the eligible item on your collection logbook and it will be recorded as part of your achievements. Please note that group Iron Man accounts are not eligible to this feature since that game mode was introduced after the collection log. So this is pretty cool too. You can add items from before the collection log came out. I actually have one item that I had to add to my collection log in the Tome of Fire from Wintertodt, which came out before which I got before the collection log came out. So I was able to add that in green log Wintertodt without having to go back just to grind out another Tome of Fire. Now you can finally display proof of your accomplishments the Iron Man way. Okay. Collection log, high scores. Not only will you be able to flaunt your shiny new staff and book, but you'll also have the chance to climb the ranks on our brand new collection log high scores board. Get collecting and see how far you can get. So this is pretty cool. I know some people were concerned with the fact that efficient hours clogged were not a part of this. You have Mr. and Mrs. Clog around here. That's cool. But it just displays your score. So these people have 1340 and 1350, or I guess these hypothetical people, and it just goes by collection logs. It just goes by the numbers. So however many you have, that's the number of the score that's displayed. I think this is nice. It's simple. It's to the point, and it like adds that to your account so you can share it with other people officially instead of just going by the website where it showed it. Emote improvements. Chat triggered emotes. Ever wanted to show off your favorite emotes without navigating the emote menu? Not really. Now you can. You can trigger emotes directly from the chat box. Just type colon or exclamation mark followed by the emote name. For example, cheer or cheer will make your character cheer. Yay. Yeah, I can't say I've ever wanted to do that, but I guess we can do that now, so that's fun. Emote looping. Get ready to groove because emote looping is here. See, this is actually pretty cool. You can now keep certain emotes like dance, jig, headbang, fortis salute, and sit down going indefinitely, letting you show off your moves for as long as you like. See, for like 99 parties or maxing parties, this is actually a pretty cool feature because you don't have to just sit there and spam click it. You can just keep it on loop and it'll sit there and dance or headbang or whatever. To loop an emote, right click the emote in the emote menu, select the loop emote option. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. Your character will continue performing the emote on repeat until you move or perform another action. So grab those dancing shoes and let the endless celebrations begin. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool. Again, for different 99 parties or maxing parties that we can do that now. Sit emote. Need a break from all that adventuring? Take a seat. Literally. A new sit emote has been added to your emote menu. This sit emote will loop by default, making it perfect for chilling at the bank or around the campfire. So this is pretty cool too. It'll be nice for like little hangouts that you can just sit down and hang out with everybody. I will say, however, this would have been a perfect opportunity to add some sort of run restore if you're sitting down. And nothing crazy, even just like a 10% bonus or like I don't know, maybe a 20% bonus to your run restore if you're sitting would have been pretty cool, but I digress. It's fine. Maybe it'll be in a future update. Now get out there and emote your heart out. Thank you, Jagex. Aram's ornament kit returns. So I think this was just something with the kits. We're happy to announce that players who purchased the Aram's ornament kit back when it incorrectly gave 3 kits instead of 4 will soon have their missing 4th kit returned. All returns will be processed on February 4th alongside other scheduled maintenance. Yeah, that's fine. It's a little late, but that's fine. It's good that they're doing that. By aligning the returns with this maintenance, we can ensure that the process is completed smoothly and safely, without the risk of disrupting gameplay or accidentally booting anyone offline. Again, yeah, as ye should. Thanks. Thank you for your patience, and we appreciate your understanding as we work to return these items securely. It's good that they're at least doing it, albeit a little bit late. They acknowledged it, and at least they're making it right, as they should. Royal Titans Discord banner competition. This is pretty cool too. Calling all artists and creative minds. To celebrate the upcoming release of the Royal Titans boss encounter, the OSR's Discord mods are hosting an exciting banner design competition. The winning submission will become the official Discord banner on the OSRS server, helping us commemorate the release of these 2 epic giants in style. How to enter. Create an original Discord banner that embodies the spirit of the Royal Titans. That's a bit of a loose term, but that, whatever. It gets to the point. Banner dimensions and aspect ratio are there. It's pretty standard. Submit your design in the dedicated thread in the server events channel in our Discord server. If you don't have permission to post images, feel free to DM one of the mods and they'll submit it for you. All entries must be submitted by February 2nd, 2025. 1 entry per person. So that's cool. It's kind of a fun way to engage with the community. And kind of get some hype around the new bosses. Let your creativity shine. Show us some masterpieces worthy of the Titans. Please note this competition is being run by the Discord moderators. While it's hosted in the official server, it is not directly affiliated with Jagex. Again, it's still pretty cool that the mods are interacting with the community. Other changes. I think this is where they added the chromium ingots. Yeah. The Raging Echoes rug can now be built in the League Hall. Players can now create chromium ingots after discovering the secret of chromium smithing in the Undercity of Lazar. If you guys want a video detailing how to do this, I did mess around with this today and made some chromium ingots. It's honestly really cheap. I think it's like, if I recall correctly, it's 40 adamant, 40 rune, and like 170,000 GP. I made 3 just for shits and giggles, and it was not hard. You have to like set up the chromium smithing, but after that you literally just go to the blast furnace guy and he'll make them for you. It's super cheap, and for Ironmen that have extra addy and rune rocks or ore, I mean, I think the cost should be bumped up a little bit personally because of the fact that they're chromium ingots, but once you get the vestige in the game, you can basically just make a ton of the rings. So, fix typos on the max cape, fix the visual issue with Scotizo's magic attack. It is now possible to click completed combat achievement task in the chat box to see their description. World hopping should no longer produce an abnormal amount of forestry events. Okay. I don't know why we're just shoving forestry changes in here randomly, but that's fine, I guess. Increase the rate and radius of player eligibility for forestry events. That's, again, don't know why we're shoving forestry stuff in here or why we're just making changes to that, but that's fine. Please note that this isn't a final forestry change and we remain open to further adjusting timers, eligibility, or unique rates in line with feedback following on from today's update. The new deposit lock buttons can now be right-clicked to toggle the locks off and on again more conveniently. And that's fine, I guess. PvP world rotation, and here's a little bit of the PvP has been moved to period B, so I guess they just rotate the worlds. That's nice, I guess. You can also discuss this update on the 2007 Escape subreddit, the stream forums, or the community-led Old School RuneScape Discord in the hashtag Game Update channel. For more info on the above content, check out the official Old School wiki. And then we have all the mods and the Old School team. So that's nice. Again, this is nice for some community interaction. The ARMS kit is just something they should have done, but they're acknowledging that they're doing it, which is fine. The emote stuff's pretty cool. Again, I think the sit emote would have been a perfect opportunity to add some run restore, where you can kind of hang out with people and restore some run as well if you're like maybe questing together or something. I don't know. And then the big one is obviously the collection log high scores and the collection log staff. So pretty good update today. Again, now you can make chromium ingots, and we got the collection log update finally, which is pretty cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed the second ramble on the channel, and give me some feedback in the description. Thanks for watching.